Hello there, my dears. Here we are at lesson 25. I do not know what anything is for. Now, your ego mind is going to go, of course I know what everything is for. It's for, and then you can go on with all sorts of superficial reasons for what they're for. But it says you don't know what they're for because you don't know what the purpose of anything is. And if you don't know the purpose, then you don't know what it's for. It's meaningless to you. Then it says everything is actually for your own best interest. That is its purpose. That is what it means. And it's in recognizing that everything is in our own best interests that everything becomes meaningful. In the second paragraph, it says, well, now, right now, everything you see and experience and want and long for and resist is meaningful in terms of ego goals. However, you are not the ego. So if we're interested in goals that have nothing to do with what we're about, then we're bound to misuse it. Okay, let's remind ourselves what the ego is in the first place. It's a series of beliefs and conditioning and programming and limitations and needs and so on, defenses that are established very early on, and we identify with them from very early on, and we think that's what we are, this little separate thing that's made up of a whole bunch of notions about ourselves. And it says everything up to this point has been for, that would be the goal, the care and maintenance of this unreal separate self, of this mythical, fictitious separate self that I think I am. Well, that's enough to kind of make you need to go sit down for a while. And then it says the obvious next thing, which says all of your goals now are about your personal interests. That would be the ego interest. That would be the story of you. And if all of our involvement is about personal interests upholding a fictitious person that I am not, it says, well, you're really concerned with nothing and you don't have goals at all, which is why nothing you see means anything. And I don't know what anything is for. And then it says at a more superficial level, you know what things are for. You know that a telephone is to talk to somebody who's not in the room with you. But the real issue underneath it is, what do you want to reach that person for? Is it to uphold the story of you? Or is it for some other reason? That's why you don't understand whether it's meaningful or not. So in this lesson, it says, if you could just give up your goals for everything and realize that they're meaningless. Your goals are not good or bad, but if the goals are upholding a sense of self that's fictitious, they by definition don't mean anything. So it asks now for 6 periods a day for 2 minutes at a time. As always, rest your glance on anything, whether it's important, unimportant, alive, not alive, human, unhuman, and with your eyes resting on each subject, look around you and say, I do not know what this desk is for. Don't stop looking at that until you finish this contemplative idea for a few seconds. I have no idea what this desk is for. My ego knows what it's for, but there's some presence in me that's not my ego. I don't know what this is for. I don't know what this rug is for. I don't know what this hand is for. Now, your ego mind is going to say, these are stupid. Of course I know what all of these things are for. But remember, we're in the process of slowly eroding and eating away our faith in this sense of being an ego person. Remember at the beginning we talked about everything is 180 degrees off and totally upside down and black and white, completely false or completely true. Well, this moving over 180 degrees has to be done gradually. Most of us just don't do this overnight. So this is a practice, and the fact that it doesn't make sense and you don't understand it is exactly why it needs to be practiced. Because if we experienced what it is we really are, none of these would be necessary. So this is still got us by the hand, is leading us forward in a practice. Do not try to understand it. This is simply part of the rewiring of your brain. It's beginning to go, let's look at all of these things you take for granted and move forward with another idea about them. I hope you have a lovely day. Practice, practice. I'll see you tomorrow.